Good morning from Ghana. Sorry, I'm starting a little bit late. How are you? Today, I'm going to review the cookie reward terms and conditions, and I'm just give you a few updates. Let me share my screen. I'll just go through the blog post. Basically, that's what I do on my broadcast. Just go through the blog post to know what the admin is saying. It's an amount of instruction. Sometimes it's important for people to know that following instruction is life. This is a new month of November. Wonderful month of redemption, and a month of celebrating our riches. And they said, don't miss send button live broadcast. Every Monday by I think it used to be 2 p.m. I think it's 1 p.m. now, Ghana time, GMT. You join the real TBC Randy Wilson on wonderful send button meeting. That is true inside your Kringle Cashback Office, KCBO. Billions of dollars of digital money will be distributed by the end of November. We're already in November. This is redemption. People are redeeming their cookies. Show up and collect up to 1 million cookies. The send button keyword will only be once. TBC leader Randy Wilson will be hosting the send button live broadcast on Monday, November 5th, 2018 at 7 a.m. PT. If you do not have a send button on, you are not allowed into the meeting. But those of you who do have a send button, do not share this link with anyone else. The link will be available at that time. So it's past now. Basically, the reason why I like to read it is for people to know that we have meetings like this every Monday where you are educated. The following languages will be hosted send button meeting by the end of this year: Arabic, Bangla, Bengali, Cambodian, Chinese, English, French, German, Greek, Hindi, Irish, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Tagalog, Thai, and Vietnamese. So the TBC is opening up to serve to a lot of countries now, so that people in the grassroots can understand what we're doing in TBC. I love this caption. I even shared it in my group. Said TBC is not a currency with a mission. It is a mission with a currency. What does that mean? Basically, it means that it's not just about the coin. It's about the mission to end poverty globally. That's what TBC is about. It's a community based crypto currencies. How TBC will end poverty globally? Out of 7.5 billion global population, about 4 billion are the working class that support the children, seniors, and disabled. And the TBC millionaires will provide far more jobs that there are people in the world creating zero unemployment and ending poverty forever. 1 billion TBC millionaires will each already have the means to create 5 to 10 job opportunities for the working class. We are already doing this here in Doxa Capital Limited. 1 million TBC billionaires will provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires for job creation perpetually. That is awesome. The idea is to empty admin wallet. We are in the distribution phase. We are in the distribution phase. Kringle.cash will become a social media platform to connect employers to job seekers using Kringles as the currency. Wow. Awesome. And I watched this video yesterday from Ghana. So this is what it looked like at the beginning of ending poverty. Awesome. So inspiring. So inspiring. I want to go through the cookie reward, the exceptions to the policy of 100 TBC. Is that exception to the policy limitation of 100 TBC only coming from cookie reward? Redemption period begins November 1st, 2018. Today is already 7th. I have redeemed my coin. You know, I created a lot of value I try to maximize the opportunity to create value using the coin. And I got over 1,000 coin by teaching people how to trade Forex, who most of them registered with Kringle, and I got all these coins verified. But at the end of the day, I lost over 1,000 coin because of these reasons that I want to read to you today. I think it makes sense. At the end of the day, we want everybody to have the opportunity of at least 1 million people owning a coin, and we're looking at 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires. In this article, I will cover why some exceptions will be made to the policy of the maximum amount of TBC coin that can be given to an individual through cookie reward is 100 lifetime total TBC coins. There was an article here. If you click on that, you'll see it said cookie reward is not available for institution. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. I'm aware of a number of institutions that are begging to engage TBC and cookie reward TBC. And cookie reward was created for the people only. Cookie rewards allows the people a fast pathway to abundance in TBC words. Institutions have access to large sums of resources, and those cannot be used to access the cookie reward. Otherwise, TBC will become the very same thing that doesn't work for the people, where the few have most of everything while the masses suffer. Cookie reward is the mechanism being used to roll out the distribution phase to 1 billion people from all over the world. At the end of this distribution phase, we will create 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires, giving true empowerment to those that receive it. The people do not have to be wealthy to begin with to use the cookie reward to become empowered by change in their socioeconomic status to one with a great deal of means to express their creative wills. This means spread throughout humanity This means spread throughout humanity will change the world for the better. As we all embrace lifestyles of abundance, we are on a mission to end poverty globally. We appreciate the participation of institutions and their contributions towards that mission. Policy. The maximum amount of TBC coin that can be given to an individual through cookie reward is 100 lifetime total TBC coin. Okay. So before I get into those exceptions, I need to make a few things very clear. TBC is not a currency with a mission. It is a mission with a currency. When you study the public notice, that becomes more clear. Also, you should know a legal structure has been put in place where all 1 billion TBC coin in a master trust and a sub trust is created for every TBC wallet, and the coins they hold beneath the master trust. You don't own TBC. You don't own TBC. Before you get a send button in your TBC wallet, you must pass the send button test, right? Let's look at question 2. Because we are a private community, we are entitled to self-regulation with our centralized coin network, and discounters of our coin will have their send buttons turned off by admin. Other abusive behavior within our community would also result in the same thing. If a member send button is turned off, they will be given a period of time to reform, and then they can get their send button turned back. We have seen that decentralized coins tend to lose their value because of a small number of people discounting them. Will drive the price down sharply. Because of the small number discounting them, will drive the price down sharply and ultimately create loss for all users of those coins. A coin such as ours, which is based on the principle of abundance, requires a responsible admin to regulate its use centrally. The best way to view our coin is as community property. Community property. And each member is a steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. Are you allowed, this is one of the questions, are you allowed to transact with our coin at any price of your choosing? No, our coin is part of a private community and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. Yes, you purchase the coin and it's your property to use as you wish at whatever price you want. These are the options. The correct answer is no. Our coin is part of a private community and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. Pay close attention to these sentences. The best way to view our coin is a community property and each member is a steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. Once you understand how the sub-trust protects you and the whole TBC community, you will get very excited. Let me give you an example of the principle here. The principle is to own nothing. What is it? Own nothing and control much. Own nothing and control much. That's the principle. To a poor person, this may not make sense, but rich people already understand this principle. So in this example, there are 2 dogs. A poor man owns a dog and licenses the dog under his own name, and the dog bites a wealthy man. The wealthy man sues the poor man in court and wins and garnishes his wages to pay up the judgment, and the poor man becomes poorer. The second dog belongs to a trust a rich man set up for that dog, and the only thing in that trust is the dog. That dog bites a poor woman and she thinks she will suddenly become rich by suing the rich man. but the case is dismissed because the rich man does not own the dog and there is no money in the trust. The point is to this example is to welcome the legal structure of TBC and don't obsess over owning TBC. The problem with the current financial structure is corruption. Corruption has completely taken over, allowing the hoarding of wealth away from the mass majority. It is pure evil that 1% own 99% of all the wealth in the world, leaving about 50% of the world population in abject poverty. What a waste of human potential. Strip away the means of a man, and that man is likely to lead a meaningless life. Hope you can see. So look at it. It says strip. This is beautiful. Strip away the means of a man, and that man is likely to lead a meaningless life. Hope you can see how evil it is. This is the reason TBC has been forging a new path away. We are going our own way, centered on trust, on truth, and not lies. Centered, this is the idea. Centered on truth and not lies. 100 TBC coin is what a great deal today and will become massive once we reach our objective of 1 billion members. We have 3,309,852 members at the moment of writing this article. So that means each TBC coin is worth 3,309,852 grain. And when we use this, that's grains of gold, and when we use this third-party calculator, it shows $8,496,665.90. So times that by 100 TBC coin, that equals $849,666,590. Then when we reach our objective of 1 billion members, those same 100 TBC coins will be worth 100 billion grain. 100 billion grain, which is so big, this calculator can't process it. But it is roughly $250 billion dollars. At some points, you can draw the conclusion of having too much abundance, especially when you understand the responsibilities that come with having a stewardship. Yes, the TBC billionaires will be the ones erecting. Look at it. Look at it. The TBC billionaires will be the ones erecting. Let me start from here. The TBC billionaires will be the ones erecting future skyscrapers and establishing institutions of their own, and to be able to provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires they align with in this grand mission to raise humanity. But in order for an economy to work, there need to be some friction between socioeconomic classes, and not everyone can be a billionaire. Another thing to consider is that there are exactly 1 billion TBC coins. If it was too easy to get 100 TBC coin, then once 10 million members collected them, the admin wallet would run to zero prematurely, and that would be the end of cookie rewards. And without further incentive to offer, we most likely would not be able to get to 1 billion members. Frankly, if you manage to hit this limitation, you shouldn't be concerned about getting even more TBC coins. You should be even more excited and work even harder to help the community get to 1 billion members, knowing that the incentive is to mature your coins to $250 billion. That's a massive stewardship. The TBC community will expect much from you. TBC was never meant to be a mission of personal gain. I think I love this one. TBC was never meant to be a mission of personal gain only. Sometimes I wish I could just save these things and keep it. Keep it. Sometimes it's so beautiful. So beautiful. I like to share things like this with my wife. This is beautiful. Okay. We do want to raise all members up. In the end, worst case scenario, you will become a TBC millionaire. A simple transaction of 40 grain worth of Kringles, which is about $100, will result in TBC millionaire status. And it doesn't get easier than that to become a millionaire. What I find interesting is the notion that today you could do such a transaction and then immediately go through the redemption process. And out of sheer ignorance, some people think they should be able to cash it all in. LOL. Where do these people think that money is coming from? We are in the distribution phase. I love this one. I like to go through that. See, what I find interesting is the notion that today you could do such a transaction and then go immediately through the redemption process. And out of sheer ignorance, some people think they'll be able to cash it all in. See, LOL. Where do these people think that money is coming from? We are in the distribution phase. People, movements in the millions such as that would only be available once a mature, full-blown TBC Kringle economy has been established. Think of the distribution phase like a condominium, skyscraper being built, and condos are sold along before they are built. Condominium skyscraper being built and condos are being sold long before they are built. People literally are buying air at first. Maybe the foundation has been built and people are buying condos on the 10th floor already. The 10th floor won't exist for a long year, and people feel like they are getting a bargain with their purchase, and they are not wrong. So I think I have cleared up a lot there before getting into the exceptions on the 100 TBC cookie reward limit. All exceptions relate to building up membership. Look at it. Look at it. This is it. All exceptions relate to building up membership in TBC. Let's look at how a member could even get to this 100 TBC limits in the first place. Broadcasters certainly have the advantage here. Broadcasters get 1 million cookies for every send button meeting they view. They would have to view 10,000 meetings to hit the limit of 100 TBC coin. That's not likely to ever happen. They also get 1 million cookies for every broadcast that they do. And again, it would take 10,000 broadcasts to hit the limit. So meetings and broadcasts are not going to ever reach that limit alone. Broadcasters do get 100 million cookies for each exchange of 40 grains, and it would cost about $10,000 worth of Kringles to hit the limit. I can see that happening in a few cases, but in principle, we don't want to exceed the. Okay, let me go back here. Broadcasters certainly have the advantage here. Broadcasters get 1 million cookies for every send button meeting they view. They would have to view 10,000 meetings to hit the limit of 100 TBC coin. That's not likely to ever happen. They also get 1 million cookies for every broadcast that they do. And again, it would take 10,000 broadcasts to hit the limit. So meetings and broadcasts are not going to ever reach the limit alone. Broadcasters do get 100 million cookies for each exchange of 40 grains of worth of TBC, and it would cost about $10,000 worth of Kringles to hit the limit. Let's see. $10,000 worth of Kringles to hit the limit. I can see that happening in a few cases, but in principle, we don't want to exceed it. 100 TBC limit based solely on large. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. But in principle, we don't want to exceed the 100 TBC limit based solely on large purchases. That was the main reason I wrote the previous article saying cookie reward is not available for institution because they have the money to buy large purchases. A basic millionaire member that doesn't broadcast gets 100,000 cookies for the same transaction. It will cost them $10 million worth of TBC to hit the limit. So far, these are not the way members would even hit the limit. Builders that sponsor 100 new members gets 1 billion cookies for each set of 100. So that's 10 billion coin. So a big builder that signs up 1,000 new members could hit this limit. Unfortunately, scammers have swamped around the TBC community, taking advantage wherever they can. In the last 2 redemption periods, all referrals counted towards cookie rewards, and email verification was all that was required. Have you noticed most of the recruiting services around TBC dried up and went away once membership was based on paid status and not just email verified? Admin has seen a lot of obvious fraud coming from these recruiting services, and the change to paid status corrected that situation. So if you have earned enough cookie reward that exceeds the 100 TBC limit based on signups and send in a support ticket asking for exception, they better be real referrals. For now, if you sign up over 1,000 paid referrals and ask for exception, I can accept that and issue the additional TBC coins as earned, deserving the reward. But if you try to scam admin by claiming all of your email verified non-paid sign-ups are real, then you will need to prove it. Get them to become paid and have them complete their profiles. A true builder doesn't sign up people and immediately abandon them. Being a sponsor comes with some responsibility to encourage their recruits to fully plug into the TBC community. We are turning people into millionaires and billionaires for goodness sake. Why wouldn't they want to fully plug in? I am just going to say it. If you think you deserve to get more than 100 TBC coin for a half-assed job on your part, you are crazy. On the other hand, if you have carefully read the blog, I have shown you many ways to be a big builder, and you can get thousands of new members in paid status and plug into the TBC community. And for those kind of builders, I really don't have a limit for you. Send in a support ticket and make your case. If you have clean paid referrals and they have completed their profiles, then you fit into the exception and admin will reward you beyond the limitation. Many of you run large meetings and have set up a good system to sign up thousands of people, or perhaps you have partnered with a number of merchants and they pass out your business cards. I could go along with that as long as you followed up with each that signed up. Some sales funnels could also produce thousands of paid referrals. So like I said, all exceptions relate to building up membership in TBC. We will look at each situation on a case-by-case basis. This article will be required reading if you present a case true. So this article will be required reading if you present a case to the help desk, and we will investigate. Honesty is the best policy. Wow, 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 wow. This is beautiful. Then this is another blog post I would also like to read. This blog post came on November 4th. Welcome to the mind of the admins. Some few videos. You can watch that later. I'm just going to read the message underneath. You can't even begin to understand what really is until you get a grip on quantum mechanics. You know, we need to watch these videos to understand this better. You say you are happening to life. Life is not happening to you. This is beautiful. You are happening to life. Life is not happening to you. Your experiences are directly related to your perception of reality. Some say perception is reality. When you accept the quantum aspect of reality, you will expand your consciousness to a point where you sense a great control in what you will experience in your life. If you are poor, broke, and feeling limited in your options, it is because you have exercised your free will to experience such. The elite have used their free will with the intent to dumb you down so they could strip away the abundance that does belong to you without you recognizing that they have robbed you. That's evil, but you do not have to subject yourself to their free will. You also have free will, and you can get out of the box they are working so hard to keep you in it. TBC is set of tools designed to help you get out of that box with greater ease. Long before TBC was even an idea in my mind, in my head, I made the leap from always being broke to millionaire status. And I'm showing you a way you can make that leap too. TBC just make it even easier for you. There's a quote I really like. Poverty is a mental condition. What if all the poor people of the world change their mind? Can you imagine that? Poverty is a mental condition. What if all the people of the world change their mind? Quote by Tracy Davidson. At the quantum level, we are all one. The measure of our experience is tied to that oneness. The elites have hoarded wealth to themselves at the expense of everyone else, and it is leading to a global financial collapse because it is not sustainable. It is leading to a global financial collapse because it is not sustainable. It is not sustainable. How long do you think the 1% can hold 99% of all the wealth before it collapses? Do you see how the oneness has a direct impact on you? Now, picture an economy that has 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires over a global population of roughly 7.5 billion people. Abundance for all becomes the norm. What would the human experience be like in that reality? What happens when good prevail over evil? Anyone infected with the deception that comes from artificial scarcity tends to become more evil. Look at this. This is beautiful. Anyone infected with the deception that comes from artificial scarcity tends to become more evil. When the truth about abundance is the most natural state of reality, becomes commonly known, humanity will make a quantum shift into a reality where happiness and joy are commonplace. TBC has provided the tools for this shift to take place. Unification around this truth will change everything for better. Unification around this truth will change everything for better. Given the clear choice between having positive experiences versus negative experiences, I believe most would choose the positive. Wouldn't you agree? Of course, I do agree. That is a life of abundance. And finally, today I'm going to look at the blog post of November 3rd. Cooking reward page in the Kringle Cashback office has even clarity now. This is basic millionaire cookie reward, broadcaster billionaire cookie reward. We have cookies, we have TBC, we have Kringle. The gift, which is the 25,000 cookies, is actually 250 Kringles, about $2,000 today. The meat is when you attend Send Button meeting as a basic member, you get 1,000 cookies, which is about 0.001 TBC or 10 Kringles. 10 Kringles is definitely less than $100, about $80. Exchange of 40 grams of gold. If you exchange 40 grams of gold as a basic member, you get 100,000 cookies, which is 0.01 TBC or 1,000 Kringles. Broadcast. When you do a broadcast, see the thing you need to see here between the basic members and the broadcasters. Basic members and broadcasters get the same gift, 25,000 cookies. For meetings, basic members get 10 Kringles or 1,000 cookies. Broadcasters get 1 million. So the reward of the broadcaster is 1,000 times the reward of this people. So that's basically what's happening. So if you refer 100 plus, you get 10 billion coin each for the people you refer. Rapid 24-hour referrals definitely is the same for both basic members and broadcaster. If you refer people, if you're new and you are able to plug into within 24 hours, you get 0.1 TBC, which is 100,000 Kringles. That's a lot, about $800,000. Same thing for the broadcaster. If your two get their two within 48 hours that you registered, you will get another 100 million cookies, which is a 1 full TBC or 1 million Kringle. The same thing for the broadcaster billionaire cookie reward board. You can only redeem cookies one time during redemption period. So if you know you want to acquire more, take your time, make sure that you get involved in the activities in the community to get more cookie reward. And it is recommended that you wait until the end of redemption period before you click on the redeem now button, because you still have time to add more cookies before you redeem them. The months of May and November are the redemption period, and any cookies left over from one redemption period can be redeemed in the next redemption period. Distribution phase. Distribution. We are currently, see, this is the word, distribution phase. We are currently in the distribution phase, rolling out a full-blown mature Kringle global economy. We are currently in the distribution phase of rolling out a full-blown mature TBC Kringle global economy. The level of liquidity of Kringle coins depends on how widespread merchants around the world accept Kringles as a medium of exchange for their goods and services. And we believe Kringles will become very liquid once we reach our objective of 1 billion members. When we launched TBC, the admin wallet had 1 billion TBC coin in it, and cookie rewards was set up at as the mechanism to move all of those TBC coins out of the admin wallets into the wallets of about 1 billion members. The movement of these coins are not done as a transaction. Members do not purchase these coins from admin. Note, members do not purchase this coin from admin. These coins are rewards for completing beneficial tasks which help us reach our objective of gathering 1 billion. This is what you need to know. These coins are rewards for completing beneficial tasks which help us reach our objective of gathering 1 billion members. One way of looking at this to understand it would be to think of the admin wallet. Think of the admin wallet as a central bank and the wallet of 1 billion members as local retail banks, and the central bank stocks up all of the other banks with enough currency to maintain an economy. Think of the admin wallet as a central bank and the wallets of the 1 billion members as the local retail banks, and the central bank stocks up all of the other banks with enough currency to maintain an economy. Cookie rewards. Cookie works just like a point system. They are not a form of currency. Each member is encouraged to complete certain beneficial tasks which help us reach our objectives of gathering 1 billion members. When these tasks are verified, then the cookies allotted for each task show up here and are accounted for within the view details area. Basically, I'll take you through that, show you how to do that. Broadcaster Billionaire Cookie Reward. There are exactly 1,111,111 billionaire positions to fill during the distribution phase. And once all of these positions are filled, the Broadcaster Billionaire Cookie Rewards will be closed and only basic millionaire cookie rewards will remain until we reach our objective of 1 billion members. Some of the Broadcaster Billionaire Cookie Rewards are 1,000 times higher, I said it earlier, 1,000 times higher than the basic millionaire cookie reward. Cookie rewards are adjusted as needed by admin during the distribution phase. All members are encouraged to broadcast ongoing, especially those that will become TBC billionaires, because these abundance movements require a strong voice to pull humanity out of a financial system based on the deception of artificial scarcity and human enslavement by the elites. He said, all members are encouraged to broadcast ongoing, especially those that will become TBC billionaires, because these abundance movements require a strong voice to pull humanity out of a financial system based on the deception of artificial scarcity and human enslavement by the elites. Our combined voices must one day overcome the accumulative power of the elites and their evil plans for humanity. We are in an info war, and may the truth prevail for the sake of humanity. The gift. A leading approach our members take to bring in new members is by offering a redeemable gift of 25,000 cookies to those they associate with outside of the TBC community. This gift carries great potential value. Once we fully mature with 1 billion members, each TBC coin will be worth 1 billion grains of gold. So ultimately, this gift will be worth 250,000 grains of gold. You can go here to calculate what the value is from there. The gift is already very valuable today, and as we grow in members, the value of our coins only goes up until we have reached our objectives of 1 billion members. To redeem these 25,000 cookies into Pringles, you need to have paid the lifetime wallet fee and completed the send button test. While the coins are a gift, the wallet is not free. While the coins are a gift, the wallet is not free. It costs 4 grains, which is about $10. We have two redemption periods a year, the months of May and also November, and each member must click the redeem now button and complete the redemption process, which is very easy. Rapid reward. Rapid reward refers to the rapid 24-hour referrals and the rapid 48-hour referral cookie reward. New members are encouraged to get off to a fast start in contributing towards building up the TBC community. To assist us in reaching our objective of 1 billion members fast as possible, a set of timers are placed on the dashboard of the Kringle Cashback Office KCBO once the payment of the admin fee of 4 grain has been confirmed as paid. Rapid 24-hour referral. New members have 24 hours to bring in 2 new paid members before the 24-hour timer runs to 0. To collect the cookies for completing this task, the cookie reward for successfully completing this task today is 10 million cookies. Once all of the billionaire positions are filled, this reward will drop to 50,000 cookies. Look at it. Look at it. Once all of the billionaire positions are filled, this reward will drop to 50,000 cookies. Wow. 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 Rapid 24-hour referral. New members have 48 hours to encourage and assist their 2 new referrals to also each get 2 paid referrals for a total of 4 referrals on their second level before the 48-hour timer runs to 0 to collect the cookies for completing this task. The cookie reward for successfully completing this task today is 100 million cookies. Once all of the billionaire positions are filled, this reward will drop to 250,000 cookies. Exchange of 40 grains of gold, with Kringles. Kringles can be exchanged for anything of equal value, such as goods and services. This is it. Kringles can be exchanged for anything of equal value as goods and services and other currencies. 40 grain worth of Kringle need to be exchanged to collect this cookie reward. All members are encouraged to complete a transaction equal to 40 grains within their first week of membership with either their sponsor or a partner within the TBC community. Multiples of 40 grains multiplies this reward as well. For example, if the transaction was worth 80 grains, then that would double the cookie reward, and so on. That's 80 grain, there is about $200. Both the receiver and sender need to confirm this transaction inside the transaction verification area of KCBO in order to collect this cookie reward. Committing fraud in an attempt to collect more of this cookie reward can result in being removed from the community. Look at this. Committing fraud in an attempt to collect more of this cookie reward can result in being removed from the TBC community. There's no room for dishonesty within our TBC community, and admin does check every transaction on the blockchain, resulting in this cookie reward. Obviously, this is a very rewarding task to do, and multiple transactions are encouraged during the distribution phase to collect multiples of this reward. Broadcasters billionaire get 1,000 times more than a basic millionaire for their transactions. 100 million cookies is way better than 100,000 cookies. So seriously consider the value of doing regular broadcasts and attending weekly send button meetings. In order to unify our TBC community and keep all of our members updated, we hold weekly send button meetings on YouTube in multiple languages. Once you have paid the admin fee and completed the send button test, a send button area will open up within KCBO. That's Kringle Cash Back Office. You must be a member in good standing to have a send button in your wallet, and this and things that can get you your send button turned off are discussed in each of these meetings. An abundance-based economy is a new idea in contrast to the world as we know it today, and yet it is based on fundamental truths that have been forgotten or brainwashed out of mankind. We expect resistance to this idea, and our TBC community must make a unified stance to change the world for the better. Technology should uplift humanity instead of enslaving it inside a high-tech control grid type person planet. These weekly meetings fortify the spirit of all that attend or view them. Here again, broadcaster billionaire get 1,000 times more than the basic millionaires for their attendance or viewing. A keyword is given during each. This is powerful. A keyword, a keyword is given during these meetings in order to collect this cookie reward. You can earn multiples of this cookie reward weekly by viewing these meetings in the different languages available. Stand with us, attend these meetings. Referrals 100 plus. Builders within the TBC community that get 100 personal referrals receive this cookie reward, and all members are encouraged to build up our membership towards the objective of 1 billion members. Multiple sets of 100 referrals get multiple cookie rewards for their efforts. How fast would we get to 1 billion members if 100 got 100 and so on? The reward of 1 billion cookies will last until we have filled the billionaire positions. Then each referrer after that will receive a cookie reward of 100,000 cookies. Of 100,000. Okay. We will do away with the sets of 100 referrals once the billionaire positions are filled, and then just reward 100,000 cookies for each referral after that. So right now is the best time to be a builder in TBC. Broadcast. We love our broadcasters. I know it is hard to imagine this right now, but TBC has a path for 1,111,111 to become billionaires. The world the elite created is ugly by comparison of what we are doing to lift humanity into a perpetual state of prosperity and abundance. While there is while there is talk of global economic collapse, happening all around us, TBC has set its sights on a brighter future for humanity by cutting to the core what needs to be done to embrace the truth about abundance being the most natural thing on earth. Broadcasters will help others to come to understand this truth. Currently, the 1% own 99% of all the wealth in the world. That is a fact, even if you are not aware of it. This is the result of a rigged financial system that makes the rich richer and the poor poorer. It is the truth that will set us free. Find courage within yourself to discover the truth and to share the truth. Become a broadcaster. Broadcaster gather cookie faster than all the other members, and that is for a good reason. Their voices make the difference. Become a broadcaster. Broadcaster gets 1 million cookies for every broadcast they do that gets approved by admin. Setting up a broadcast and getting them approved by admin can be found in the send button area of KCBU. Once you learn how to do a broadcast on YouTube, it gets easier and easier to do them like anything else in life. As a broadcaster, you will discover your voice. Note, you must complete your profile and answer all the security questions before a redeem now button will appear during a redemption period. Be sure to include a real picture of yourself in your profile because people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. How are they going to get to know you without even seeing your picture? Think about that. Below are below we are recognizing the achievers of the rapid reward. We would love to see the pictures of all of them. So complete your profile today. This is a copy of the test on the cookie reward page. Wow, awesome, 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 awesome. Wow, it's getting better every day. Getting better every day. You know, this is the time to plug yourself in. This is the time to plug yourself in. The time to plug yourself in. Get busy. We are in the distribution phase. Today by 2 p.m., I'm going to have a super fast cash flow class with my Homebridge board members. By 3:30, we'll be having the Homebridge board meeting where we educate the public on TBC and its usability. We have Homebridge. Homebridge is Africa's first tech matchmaking, people-driven real estate ecosystem. That's it. It's like Uber. We match Tibetians or people who want to live this continuous rent cycle with landowners, and we also help them to build houses. Thank you for listening. See you next week. God bless you. Bye.